Welcome to the first tut on STMT series, getting started the perfect way to prevent SQL injections. Okay, let's start coding, but before that I want to remind you that we are going to code in MySQLi object-oriented style first. If you want the procedural style, you can click the annotation right now, it's on the bottom right corner. So first of all, in object-oriented style, we're going to create a new connection to the MySQL database. So let's create it. $con is equals to new MySQLi bracket starts localhost. Our username is root, comma root, and we have no password. So comma quad close, open and close, and finally the database name, that's the MySpeaks.com here. The MySpeaks, and now we're going to create a query for that we're doing it a simple insert query over here. So let's do a $query equals to quad start, select insert into STMT, it's the name of the table. Now we're going to write the name of the columns where we want to insert the values. So brackets, name is the first column and data is the second column. Now moving to the final part of the query, that is the values. So it's a bit different over here. We're not going to put the values directly. What we're going to do is we're going to substitute them using a question mark separated by the commas. And now we are done. Now we'll be moving to the another part, that is preparing the query. Now before preparing the query, what we are going to do is we're going to create an variable that's going to store the STMT object. So $stmt is equals to $con, the class mark, the prepare, and we're going to put the query inside it. Now what happens when you prepare the statement? The application sends the query to the MySQL server, and the server actually executes it without the values. As the server has prepared the query for the execution, which means now the third step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bind the variables or the values to those question marks. So let's do it. Now let's get started. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bind the values to this question mark. So first of all, $stmt, the class mark, bind underscore param, and the brackets. The bind params accepts two parameters. The first one is the type of the variables that we're gonna bind. Here we are using strings. You can also use integer, blob, and doubles. By doing that, we are going to minimize the risk of SQL injections. And finally, we're going to assign the values to name and data. Name is assigned to sid and data is assigned to something like long text. Now finally we're going to execute it. So $stmt execute, the brackets are and close. Let's reload. Now let's check out in PHP my admin that they have inserted the values. Now let's reload and see what we have done. Now as you can see, we have successfully inserted the values in it, and that means our script is working. Now one of the most important advantage is that we can execute the same query by just changing the name of the values of the variable, which means the higher efficiency of codes and reusability. As you can see, we have inserted the values and it's really simple. Now it's optional for you to close the STMT object because it's gonna close automatically once the PHP script has completely executed. Now let's move to the procedural style. As you can see, I have already created a connection to the database using MySQLi procedural style, and we have already wrote the query because it's as same as of the object-oriented style. So let's do it. first of all we're going to create a variable STMT and we'll prepare the query. So MySQLi underscore prepare, and first parameter is a connection, so $con, and second parameter that's we're going to prepare the query, so $query. Now we are done. Now we will be binding the variables to it. MySQLi STMT bind parameter parent, and we're gonna first put the STMT object variable, and second one the types of strings that we're gonna give. So here both of them are strings, so SS, and finally we're gonna assign the variables to it, so $name and $data. Now we're gonna set values to $name, so it's Alia, and for data we're gonna set short text. Now let's execute this. MySQLi STMT execute, and we're gonna give the STMT variable as a parameter to it. Okay, after this we are done, and now let's close the STMT class object variable. It's optional, let's do it. MySQLi STMT underscore close, and the STMT object variable again, $STMT. Now let's execute it. Now let's check out. Let's reload. As you can see, the value has successfully inserted Alia and short text. You can do the same thing by copying and pasting. You can execute the query at high efficiency. Let's reload. Now we're done. As you can see, it's really simple and easy. And if you have any query, just write in the comments below. You can check our website, link in the description below, for any stuff related to this STMT tutorial. I hope you liked the video. Just give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe us. Thanks for watching once again. Love, TheMindSpeaks.